Battlefield 1 wastes little time in effectively conveying the savagery of World War I. The inevitability of death is the focus of the bleak story prologue. A burning man's screams can be heard at the start of every multiplayer match in the Argonne Forest. Its ruination on a continental scale, a conflict so large that its location menus showcase a large portion of the planet Earth. EA DICE splendidly interprets the early 20th century as a world in technological transition, while humanizing its participants through well-crafted, albeit fictional, narrative vignettes. Combined with an enthralling multiplayer mode, the overall result is the studio's best work since Battlefield Bad Company 2. The horrors and heroism of the Great War unfold superbly in War Stories, Battlefield 1's campaign. It's a more refined experience when compared to prior Battlefield story modes of globetrotting and one-note powder keg narratives. Not only are you exposed to a variety of perspectives from the characters you play, but also from a wide spectrum of motivations, from altruistically noble to self-serving.
Wow, these are incredible.
Yes, it was an incredible time.
You looked very handsome in that uniform.
That's not me, that's Matteo.
Oh, of course. I'm sorry, Dad. Take as long as you need.
No, it's okay, Tesoro. It's time I told you what happened to him.
Beyond these heartfelt tales of brotherhoods and solemn reflection, War Stories positively complements the multiplayer as a glorified yet effective training mode. Along with practice time with vehicles and heavy artillery, those new to the series will have ample time to learn melee combat as well as surviving against high concentrations of enemy forces. It also presents events that you wouldn't find online, such as gratifying opportunities to slowly stalk enemies for stealth kills or carrying wounded to safe zones. Battlefield 1's multiplayer stays faithful to the series' roots of open space combat, now marvelously tailored with World War I's weapons, vehicles, and terrain. Its centerpiece, Operations, is a maturation of Rush with the added territorial draw of Conquest. One side pushes while the other holds them back in conflicts that can last an hour. It's not an emotionally draining endurance match. The changes in environments as the battle progresses keeps the fight fresh. The fact that these events played out 100 years ago allows these conflicts to be analyzed with hindsight, and this new addition to Battlefield offers a surprising amount of historical context thanks to informative pre- and post-match voiceover.
One can only speculate what an Austro-Hungarian victory would have meant for the future of Europe. It is possible success could have united the crumbling empire, allowing the Habsburgs to keep control of their countries, races, and ethnicities for at least a few months longer.
Like a band of brothers reuniting, the reprise of Conquest, Domination, Rush, and Team Deathmatch delivers the goods for the Battlefield devoted. As always, there's a thrill in adapting to changing circumstances mid-battle. This is especially the case for team players, where you're constantly trying to figure out how to be the best contributor, whether that means protecting a capture point or stopping an enemy charge by assaulting them from an airship. Lastly, War Pigeon, which has the hallmarks of a throwaway novelty mode, shares some fundamentals with Capture the Flag, where the bird serves as the flag.
We have picked up the pigeon.
Of course, a mode is only as good as the maps they're based in, and every locale has their own sense of character. Compared to the many near-symmetrical maps in Battlefield Hardline, there's more thoughtfulness in making these new fields of operations feel natural, and more importantly, inviting. The series' best maps are those that encourage you to play outside of your comfort zone, to spend time with classes you wouldn't normally play regularly, and to play around with the available vehicles. Sure, every collection of maps has its inevitable share of bottlenecks and camping spots, but the outstanding expansiveness of the maps and the abundance of multiple routes in a given area offers myriad opportunities to circumvent these issues.
Granata partita! Tenete giù la testa!
This degree of experience customization extends to the robust and satisfying progression system. Growing a collection of firearms is rewarding for veterans, while the antiquated simplicity of most of the weapons make the conflicts immensely accessible to newcomers. It's meat and potatoes 20th century combat, no drones or heat-seeking bullets to concern yourself with. Every meaningful action is recognized, or even dealing a flesh wound earns you experience points. You'll keep coming back for more even if it takes ages to get to the top of the scoreboards. However accurate or inaccurate Battlefield 1 is, the immersive production values superbly amplify sights and sounds that have previously existed in other war shooters, only that they're more noticeable and better executed this time around. It's about the distinct clatter of empty shells dropping on the metal floor of a tank, and the delayed sound of an exploding balloon you blew up. No one would blame you if you got sniped because you were busy admiring the brushed metal on a specific part of a revolver. With Battlefield 1, EA and DICE have proven the viability of World War I as a time period worth visiting and revisiting in first-person shooters. It brings into focus countries and nationalities that do not exist today, while also shedding light on how the outcomes of that war has shaped our lives. As World War II shooters proved many years ago, no game can truly capture the entirety of a global conflict. Battlefield 1 is one such sampling, but a feature-rich package nonetheless, in both its emotional stories and the strong multiplayer.
We will stand. We will look death in the eye. And we will fight.